All right, let's talk entertainment. And Judita da Silva will bring us up to speed on happenings in that world. Looking nice in purple. Judita, good to see you.
And you too. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening to you. So let's start from these shows. I mean, Femi, the one and only Femi Kuti. I mean, he is recently opened up about his grievances, with the state of touring in Nigeria for musicians. And he didn't miss any words, did he?
No, he didn't. But then he's kind of known for being quite frank when it comes to his point of view. So he was on the Afropolitan podcast and he was kind of lamenting the state of touring because he's just done, I believe it's 24 dates across a month in North America. And he was saying that for musical artists in Nigeria, they want to tour. They have a desire to bring music to fans. But when you just look at the actual lay of the land, whether it's infrastructure, whether it's funding, whether it's resources, whether it's security, the deck is pretty much stacked against any Nigerian artist wanting to tour. So you release an album, there's an appetite for it because Nigerians are voracious consumers of African music, particularly in this era. But the idea of actually seeing their stars perform live, they have to wait until dirty December when they might do one date at one venue. And that's pretty much it. But then you see those same artists in other countries pretty much raking it in, and audiences that are not of their country or their culture getting to absorb them in a way that most Nigerians never can. And that's unfortunate.
Truly unfortunate. And really, I mean, sentiments aside, is this an indictment on the music industry in Nigeria or the country in general? And also, how seriously should the people in power be taking this?
I mean, they should be taking it very seriously because when you have a legacy act like Femi Kuti, let's face it, like in Nigeria, what the Kutis are to us is what the Jacksons are in America, is what Bob Marley is in Jamaica. This is like royalty of music. And if he's speaking to the state of the nation now, when you think back to, I was reading an article about his father, Fela Kuti, who for all the impact he made, struggled financially. And people would say it was the struggles of the time, it spoke to the era. But now with the advancements in technology and infrastructure, Nigeria still can't get up to scratch. It's not only an indictment, it's an embarrassment because the whole world has now seen Nigeria on the map for Afrobeats music. But the country where all those amazing artists come from cannot provide for them enough to give their music to their fans indigenously, even though that is where the artistry was born. That's not a good look.
It is a shame, not a good look at all for a country that's produced the Burna Boys of this world, Davido, Wizkid, I mean, Thames, Era Star, endless list, and yet it is a challenge for them to go on tour, within the country. Now let's move away from that and talk social media. A video has gone viral from the press conference for the movie After the Hunt, now during the Venice Film Festival, and it involves Nigerian American actress Ayo Edebiri. Tell us more about that.
I mean, this makes my toes curl. So they were doing the press conference around this film, and it stars Andrew Garfield, Julia Roberts, and Ayo Edebiri. And there was an Italian journalist called Federica Polidoro. She asked a question and specifically says, for Andrew and Julia, and this question is about the Me Too movement and Black Lives Matter. And you can see in this moment, Julia Roberts she knows what she heard, but you can see her giving the journalist an out and says, sorry, I couldn't tell who you were talking to because you have your sunglasses on. Federica doubles down and said, for Andrew and Julia, now that the Me Too movement and Black Lives Matter is over, what is going to be the impact for Hollywood? And you just see Ayo, her eyes just glare like, what is happening right now? And then she steps in and so diplomatically, a credit to us Nigerians, she handles the situation and says that there is still a lot of work being done, even though it doesn't grab the headlines or have the hashtags. There is a lot of work being done that goes unsung and a lot of amazing people doing that work. But this Italian, this thing goes viral, everyone's talking about it. And she basically goes on social media and says that the issue is with everyone else, and she doesn't know why people have taken it that way. And what she meant was what she meant. And I swear, as a journalist, all of us are just kind of scratching our heads going that how could you be this so unspeakably tone deaf, particularly at this time?
Yes, indeed. And I mean, the controversy has not died down. The journalist involved has released what you really cannot describe as an apology.
Yeah, it's like this very lengthy statement, essentially justifying what she did and essentially saying the problem lies with everyone else, even though journalists around the world, commentators around the world have said, how do you ask a question about Me Too and Black Lives Matter and deliberately exclude the woman who's Black.
Right.
I mean, I'm kind of gazumped. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Judita da Silva, as always, thank you very much for your insights always into the world of entertainment, bringing it hot and fresh for us every night.